There, hey, and thank you for tuning in to this Friday edition of No Media Allowed, No Media Allowed, No Media Allowed. Because they lie to us anyway. Breaking news, there was a car that drove into a Christmas market in Germany, and some Germans are no longer with us, so let's take a moment of silence to wish prayers and love to them and their family in Germany. As someone that is German, it's kind of frustrating that somebody ran into them. Very sad. There's just been a lot of death in the past 2 weeks, and we want to pray for those injured and those taken in this accident. We also want to pray for the children, and the wife of the CEO that died, and the students that died at that school. Um, In breaking news right now, the White House is pressed on Biden absent amid spending fight. I mean, why wasn't Joe Biden a part of the spending conversation? Isn't he the current president? Shouldn't have he been involved in some of it? Yet he's not. So it seems like the press secretary sent the problem over back to the Republicans. But I have a question. What has this White House been doing for 4 fucking years? Biden has not been there for 4 years. His team has been the president, not him. So if that's the case and we know that, where do we go from here? That's my question. Like, what is going on? Why does he keep going away on trips and breakfasts and all this stuff that he's doing, and he's not here? So why is he not here? I don't get it. Okay. Who knows? Some other breaking news. I think that Doge is doing a great job. I like the fact that Truth and X are working together to break things down now. So the rhinos and the dinos, neither side gets away with not doing their job. You understand that these people in Washington are supposed to be working for the people. Why do we care if they have to stay there until they come up with a bill? Why is anybody giving them sympathy? What exactly do they do all year long that they get all these vacations and they get to do all this stuff? If you work at a normal job, you might get 3 weeks, 2 weeks. I mean, if you work at a place long enough, maybe you get 4 or 6. But how many vacations do they get a year? What exactly do they do? Aren't they supposed to be creating ways to help the citizens of the United States of America? Because it doesn't really feel like they do that. The idea that they need a raise for what? And if we have all these vacant buildings in Washington, why don't we turn the lights off and close them down? Why are we funding this stuff? This is why we need Vivek Ramaswamy and we need Elon Musk to hunker down on this shit. Clearly, we need outsiders because the insiders, the people that are already there, aren't going to do anything. How many times have you heard a president, and I'm not talking about Trump, say that they're going to clean the swamp? And even Trump said it the first time, but he had too much of the swamp on the side of him to get anything done. The only way we're going to be able to fix things is if we get rid of these people, man. They got to go. And when I say get rid of them, I mean we need to have other people run against them, and they need to lose their positions, right? And they need to be told directly to their faces. If you're not going to be on the side of the people, then you're not going to be in your seat. Just like AOC just lost that caucus that she was trying to get. Exactly. I don't believe a one moment that Biden had a steady hand in anything. So the guy on the screen is saying that he did, but I think he's lying. I think that these people that are supposed to be doing things need to do them. Looks like Ben Shapiro's giving some positivity to what's coming next, thinking that this is a golden age that America is coming into, and I got to tell you, I agree about that. I don't like how these Democrats and these fake politicians are coming out against Republicans when Democrats haven't done anything. They keep passing things that don't make sense. I think that these people are full of shit. I gotta tell you, I'm tired of hearing about them passing budgets and how they don't want the government to shut down. Maybe the government needs to shut down. What would happen if the government shut down? They're gonna close the park and they're not gonna pay the army? I mean, they could live a couple weeks without a fucking paycheck, right? We cannot keep spending all this ridiculous money. Our debt is insane. We have real problems, and Biden just forgave $4 billion in student loans. Oh, let me scroll down to it on Daily Wire so I can tell you about it. Yeah, that's part of the information I was going to tell you about. Let me find it. $4 billion on student loans. Does that mean he's going to forgive my student loans? Is he going to help out the people that are actually struggling in the United States of America? Is he going to put aside his jealousy and his distaste? In other news, other headlines, do you know that Lil Wayne took money from the government, like millions, if not billions of dollars? He brought a new wardrobe. He got a jet plane. He did all this miraculous shit because he claimed he was dealing with difficult things during COVID. Are you fucking kidding me? I'm over it. I'm sick of it. I'm tired of it. And it's insane. Mike Johnson, better get his shit together and figure out a way to get it done. I kind of don't want to hear about Luigi anymore because he should rot in himself for the rest of his life, up until the point where they take his life, right? Because he should get the death penalty. You shouldn't be able to just walk up on the street and shoot a man after you stalk him to find out his exact radius. And I don't care who his lawyer is. I don't think he's going to get away with this. I don't think he's going to be able to plead insanity. I don't know how that's going to work. There are records showing that he planned this shit out. So I don't know about that. I got to tell you, I'm over it. I don't want to hear from Republicans unless they figure it out. And you know what's even worse? The fact that Democrats are out here like, there was a bill set and Biden helped with it and the Democrats helped with it too. You put a bunch of bullshit in there that doesn't belong in there. Why are we doing research on like syrup? Why are we spending all this money for you to say that you want to switch your medical coverage from Obamacare? Why are you trying to protect politicians from being questioned? Why are you censoring information? Why is any of this happening? It's got to be a better way for us to do this. Instead of tit for tat and the blame game and these rehearsed lines that the Democrats come out with. Now, I don't understand that. And I'm not going to pretend like I ever will, because it doesn't make any sense to me that we're dealing with like people that are unwilling to admit reality, right? They're unwilling to admit their faults, like they didn't do anything wrong. Are we kidding ourselves? So if Democrats aren't responsible for the failure that's happening all around us, then who is? Are you going to blame the voters? The Democrats are fighting each other. They're yelling, they're screaming, they're acting insane, they're blaming people for things that they don't have anything to do with. There was an example of this where yesterday a Democratic, I think, Senate member said to the media, why are you getting paid your wage? You have half your audience and you're still getting paid. And the journalist said to him, you shouldn't get paid either. Pause. Mitch McConnell was speaking on the Senate floor. I can't even believe they're letting this man talk. He speaks in such a low ass voice and he never gets anything said. It's really ridiculous. He's got something on his wrist. Listening to Mitch McConnell talk about what has happened in the past and blah, 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 doesn't make me feel better. You work for the people. We don't work for you. You take our tax money, and what the fuck do you do with it? I mean, I'm tired of these people lying about the border. I'm tired of these people lying about our taxes. I'm tired of these people lying about the grocery store. Unapologetically ripping us all off. And I mean all of us together, right? And then they want to act like it's two sides of this. No, this is one side. Them against us. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I care, but he's speaking in the background, and I'll just talk over him. Mike Johnson said that Republicans are united, so there's not going to be a government shutdown. I think there should have been a government shutdown, but okay. Boring. Moving on from that, will we get the truth on January 6th or from January 6th? Where's all the documents from that case? Remember when they said, it was white supremacy and all this ridiculous shit? When there was some fake bomb that was put somewhere and Kamala Harris was one place, not another. All this ridiculous stuff. 26 FBI agents there, informants. They pretended like the Proud Boys was some bad group of people, and we all knew that they weren't. I mean, I had people on the ground there. I could see who was there. The Proud Boys were nothing, and they made this group of dudes into something that they weren't. Like, people peed and pooped on Nancy Pelosi's desk. And granted, that's nasty, but that's not anything for you to go to fucking jail for. When are those people going to be pardoned? Hopefully the first 5 seconds of Trump's presidency. Fingers crossed. Daylight savings time should be removed entirely. Why do we have that? How does that help anybody? I don't understand why we've been doing it this long. Who exactly does that support? Now, I was listening to, I think, Laura Ingraham or someone on the 5, or I was listening to one of the podcasts from Fox where they were saying how daylight savings time is important. But I don't agree with that. I don't see what the benefit of it is. Why are we dealing with things that don't make any sense? Can we just get rid of that? So it looks like they finally put a ban on the drones. And it's likely that some of these drones are from China. I listened to the Dan Bongino show earlier, and he has sources that are saying that the drones are from China. And now Mayorkas is coming out saying that too, although nobody believes anything that he says. So I don't know if we could trust him. Murder isn't attractive, yet all these people are running around saying how cool they think the Luigi guy is. Luigi, Mario. I don't know. I'm not feeling that. AOC said denying claim is an act of violence. She thinks that when the medical industry makes the decision that then somebody can act insane and go kill somebody. And she thinks that's okay. That's AOC. Moving on from AOC, the war on Christmas is over. Because now I'm hearing everybody say, Merry Christmas. Fuck saying Happy Holidays. Maybe let's not pretend like we're in another place. We say Merry Christmas here. I got to tell you, I don't really care about your religion. If you're Jewish or whatever you are, I can respect you. And I know if I'm in a Jewish neighborhood, maybe I won't do it as much. But why are we not
standing ovation for Mitch McConnell, the Senate minority leader? He has been majority leader and minority leader since 2007. Obviously, a long and prestigious career in the United States Senate. You see many of his colleagues standing and applauding him. He said he's looking forward to doing his part in the new Congress. 2 years left on his term. He gave credit to the incoming majority leader now in January.
I think that honestly, I don't know why there ever was a war on Christmas. What exactly do people get from saying that they hate Christmas? What exactly are you going to succeed in saying that you hate Santa Claus or red and green or dashing through the snow or happy holiday movies or family or believing in Jesus Christ and religion or going to church for Christmas like I'm going to? I mean, I'm singing in church on Christmas Eve, and I think Christmas. I mean, it seems kind of insane to me that we've allowed people to hate Christmas, that we even gave them any time of day. This is not Uganda, okay? This is not Haiti. This isn't India. This isn't China. This is not Korea. This is North Korea. This is not South Korea. This is not Japan. This is not Istanbul. It's not Spain. It's not Greece. It's not Italy. It's America. And some of those places are great. They have their own things that they follow, their own holidays that they celebrate. It's definitely not Canada either. But why are we sabotaging Christmas because they want you to? A child said it best when someone said happy holidays to the kid, and the kid said, no, it's Merry Christmas. I agree with you, baby girl. Merry Christmas. I'm saying it, and I'm not saying sorry about it. Have yourself a very Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Like, why can't we be happy? Fuck you if you don't like Christmas. Be miserable and be a Grinch all by yourself. There's a thought. Moving on from the war on Christmas, thanks to the Democratic Party, who doesn't want you to celebrate any holiday that doesn't have to do with trans rainbows and letting a bunch of people over a border to rape and kill women and little girls. That's the Democratic Party. And if you want to support them, get on board with Trudeau, because guess where he's going? He's out. Moving on. Can we all get along? I don't think we can get along, because at the beginning of the mantra with the headlines, I told you about the Democrats, the senators that were going after Republicans and Mike Johnson, right, claiming that we took too long to make a decision. We took too long to make a decision because we didn't want all the pork you put into the first bill. Do you understand that it was over 1,500 pages? What the fuck could be in there that's over 1,500 pages? I mean, I'm glad that we have people that are willing to leak this shit on Truth and X. And I'm so happy that Elon Musk is there and Vivek is there to hold shit down, right? There's an ecosystem of clarity finally. Like, we're not signing off on this. We, the people, don't want any more fucking debt. We, the people, don't want to be bothered with this bullshit. We, the people, don't like it. So I guess if I'm asking, can we all get along? We, the people, don't care to get along with you because we don't like you. And when I say you, I mean Democratic progressives that pretend like they're the only people that matter. They're narcissistic. They're living in a bubble. And they only listen to an echo chamber of MSDNC and CNN, Clinton News Network, where nothing is ever factually detailed. They tell one side of every story, and the only side they tell is a story that benefits them, not the full news, their news. And we don't support that. And I got to tell you, nobody's looking at that news. You know where the news is? It's here. You know where it isn't? On the TV. I said it the other day. The remote is dead. No one, no young people are looking at TV. Not even like older people are watching TV anymore. Dude, my mom gets her news from her phone. I mean, she's not like 90, but she's also not like 40. So like, if my mom is getting her news from her phone, then I can imagine all the other moms and all the other dads and all the other aunties and uncles and brothers and sisters and everything. Nobody's watching TV. In fact, a lot of people cut cable already, so that gives you an idea. Moving on from getting along to not getting along, let's get to the next part of that conversation. The war on drugs. Do you think it was smart for them to make marijuana legal? Who has been benefited from it being legal? Like, I personally don't like drugs, and when people talk about it around me, I kind of just let them talk about it. I can't tell you anything about drugs because I honestly don't know anything about it. And part of me is happy I am. I know that, like, marijuana especially, like, eats through your brain and makes you do a bunch of stupid, idiotic things. And I don't see the benefit for me, so I'm not going to spend my money on that or my time. And honestly, I don't have time to do that either. So the idea that people are addicts and they do drugs, how does the war on drugs work? I guess that's my question, because there's a lot of shit going on with the Federal Drug Administration. and a bunch of other stuff too that don't really make any sense to me. And I have more questions than answers trying to figure out like what that means. Cause like, do they find anything when they claim this war on drug stuff? What exactly are they investigating when they say these things? That's my question. And how and why aren't they attacking China if China is bringing in fentanyl in the United States of America? Why aren't they putting tariffs on shit? Why aren't they making it nearly impossible for China to breathe if they're killing Americans with drugs? And the cartels are winning and succeeding, and we're failing in our country. People are dying. Kids are dying. It's rough out here. It's not a rock and roll show. It's death, man. Death by consumption and drugs. And these things aren't making you smarter. If you're trying to live like an ordinary everyday life, drugs isn't helping. So if there is a war on drugs, is anybody actually going to clean it up? You do understand that the CIA in the 60s and the 70s brought the drugs to the hood. They made the hood. You know that, right? They created a bunch of the shit that's happening. They made it. You know that, right? It didn't just randomly happen on its own. They brought it there. Prepare yourself for that. So now that we understand that, just imagine what else they've done. Do you think it was an accident that weed is legal in all these places? Like they don't have something to do with it? Likely not. At what point does the war on drugs benefit the people that live in the place? I don't think ever. My friends, let us pray for these people that are in Germany. Fuck, I got Putin on my mind because he's starting to scare me. He's crazy. I mean, he really doesn't scare me. I just think he's crazy, and I think we don't pay enough attention to him to understand bad dudes. Let us take a moment to pray for those lost in Germany and all the others that will not be celebrating Christmas this year. And this is going to be the last No Media Allowed I do before Christmas because I'm going to be on vacation next week, starting as soon as I'm done with this podcast. I hope everybody has a wonderful Christmas. Thank you for tuning in as always. Have a holly jolly Christmas. This is the best time of the year. I hope that you spend time with your family and your friends, your loved ones, and that you really embrace this holiday season. And you know that if you do believe in God and you do believe in religion and you do believe in Christianity, that you can always go to church. The doors of parishes are always open to those in need. You can always find a church somewhere with a concert, or you can go with your friends or your family, or that's always a safe place for you to be. I will be singing in our church choir for our Christmas series on Sunday and Monday of this upcoming week, and I'm going to enjoy every moment and every second that I can with my family and my loved ones, and I hope that you enjoy the same. I really appreciate you guys tuning in as you always do and keeping, this little podcast alive. It means everything that I get to share, the facts and the details and the nitty-gritty with you guys. The No Media Allowed is everything, right? Giving you a little bit of clarity for what's actually happening in politics. And for all the politicians and the senators and the House members and everybody that is in that field, wishing you a very Merry Christmas. Even though I'm not really happy with some of you, I still hope you enjoy the holiday, even if your ass is still in Washington coming up to the day before you go into Christmas. Get something done correctly or you don't get to leave. Have a holly jolly Christmas. I'll see you guys probably before the New Year's comes. Or maybe I'll see you when the New Year's over. We'll see what happens. Thank you for tuning in to the final edition of No Media Allowed, No Media Allowed, No Media Allowed. Because they lie to us anyway. It's time for Christmas vacation. I'll see you guys in a week.